And management by objective in the sense, we'll have a strong focus on what are the objectives set by the top level management. And then what happened gradually, Motorola, which was a competition for Nokia, they thought that Nokia will not do very well. Then it will be very helpful for you, and it is also, you will get to know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Only through appraisal you can motivate your employees to work for the betterment of the organization. Resources availability is an important aspect of objective setting because it is a proper application of resources. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Now in this session, we're going to learn something more about the MBO, which we learned in the first session of the second chapter called Evolution of Management. Now MBO is all about management by objective. We learned what are the features of MBO, and now we'll go with the process of MBO. Now we have listed the points of process of MBO. Now the first point here is setting of organizational objectives. See here, MBO is all about objectives. That means we'll go with management through objective. And management by objective in the sense, we'll have a strong focus on what are the objectives set by the top level management, and the middle level and supervisory level will actually focus only on achieving the objectives. So here we have the levels of management. The levels of management, when we go, we have the top level, middle level and supervisory level. Now when we go with this top level, supervisory level and the middle level here, you will understand that the top level are the one who will go with a proper planning, right? They'll go with what? A proper planning, and they are the one who will set the objective. They're the one who will set the objective. So the first process is setting of organizational objective. That is totally what all people need to do. That is what you would need to set. Second is identification of key result area. Now when you set the organizational goal, what happens is you should also go with the proper key result area. Now which are the segments where you can actually make more profit, which are the things which are the key factor in the project, all those things you are supposed to verify. Next is setting subordinates objective. Now the top level, when they go with this proper objectives, they should also know what are the middle level and supervisory levels they need to do it in the period of the periodical tables. Now here the next one is matching resources with objective. Now when you have given the objective, you should also see that the objective should match the availability of resources. Now you should never go with anything which cannot happen. You should always go with feasibility. Now whichever is feasible, only those things you are supposed to plan and then go for it. And the last two things are appraisal and recycling. Now after the thing is done, you need to always appreciate the efforts of the middle level and the subordinates. The reason here is only through appraisal you can motivate your employees to work for the betterment of the organization. And recycling in the sense, after you accomplish the objective, again you are supposed to go from the starting. That is what the recycling is all about. Let's check one by one what are the things which we have learned. The first thing is setting objectives for the organization in the whole. So here the first step in MBO is the definition, that is definition of organizational objectives and purpose. Now why you are supposed to do it? Usually the objective setting starts at the top level of organization and moves downward to the lowest managerial level. So supposingly you are supposed to go with two of the things. One is wealth maximization or profit maximization. Now what happens is you need to be transparent, that is from the top level to the lower level. Top level you have, middle level and supervisor level. Now the objectives you have done, right? The objectives you have framed, that is you need to maximize profit. You need to maximize the profit. Now what happens is the same objective should go from top level to the supervisory level. Now everybody will only work to get this objective done, that is called maximum profit. Now the purpose of it, now what exactly was the purpose? The purpose is when you get more profit, only then you can give more salary, more bonus to your employees. If your employees get to know about it, clearly they know what is the intention of the organization, then it is very easy for them to work and to build a culture within the management. So here what exactly the thing is, the first step itself is what very needed. The reason is, without any objective, MBO cannot be performed. And what it happens is, it starts from the top level, but when it comes to the downward, that is the lowest management, that means from top to the lowest, it should reach the entire department and entire levels of management. So after the first one, the second one is all about identification of key area, that is key result areas. Now key result areas is also called as KRA''S, that is key result area. Now what exactly this key result area is all about? Now you need to understand that each and every organization have their own key result areas, that is what they really focus on. Now example, say Infosys. Now Infosys key result is to give qualitative software to the entire world. Now Tata, the key result for them is social responsibility with getting maximum profit, with giving people cheapest cars, which they really are working on. Like that, there are so many other companies which have their own key results. Now here what happens is, organizational objectives provide the basis, that is they give the basis for identification of KRA'S. KRA'S means key result areas. Now what is this? Are derived from their expectations of various stakeholders, and they indicate the priority. So your key result areas is all about the priority, right? Now here what happens is, the organizational performance such as profitability. Now if the organization says that no, we need to only make profitability, we will not think more about the society or the quantity or the quality, we'll only go with profitability, then the key result area is profitability for this company. Next we have is market standing. Now there are these companies like Apple, Microsoft, Bosch, all these companies, they have their key result area, that is market standing. They want to be number one in the entire market. Now when Nokia wanted to start its mobile manufacturing, it saw that there is only few competition within the mobile segment. So what happened was, they went with two things. One was, for affordable price they'll sell the mobile, as well as they're gonna give all the features whichever they really feel a customer would like. And then what happened, gradually Motorola, which was a competition for Nokia, they thought that Nokia will not do very well, but unfortunate for Motorola but fortunate for Nokia, everybody started to buy Nokia company, and Nokia became the topmost priority for everybody to buy a mobile phone. Now though Nokia is from Finland, but many people from India, they actually started to buy Nokia. So the rate of Nokia and the share of Nokia actually went really high. Later what happened was, Samsung was the company which saw the real market, and then they were like, what are the demerits of Nokia? They all made it merit in the Samsung mobiles. And after a few years, what happened was, Samsung came to the top. Now their key result area is what? Market standing. But when Samsung was in the top, Nokia thought they'll actually go with updating their product, and they wanted to come for a smartphones. Later what happened is, they couldn't come to the competition. The reason is, all the other companies, they went for the segment of smartphones, but Nokia couldn't. The reason here is what? The key result area. Now Nokia wanted to go with market standing, but they failed in innovation, whereas Samsung, they only went with innovation and productivity. So these are the key results, and one of the companies, they go with social responsibility as well. The reason is, in India we have something called CSR, corporate social responsibility. So there are companies who should mandatorily go with corporate social responsibility. You would have seen the hoardings, or you would have seen the donation board saying that Tata company have given donation, Infosys have given a donation. So why they people do it is, their key areas is what? Social responsibilities. Next one we have is the subordinates, that is what exactly the objectives which should be set for the subordinates. Now the achievement of organizational goal is only possible through individuals. Now we need to understand that the individual need to take initiative, and then they are supposed to perform. They need to develop themselves. For the most of work whatever they do, they should actually get it trained by themselves. So these are the things, that is the self discipline should be there, and they need to work for the productivity of the company. So each individual manager must know in advance what he is expected to attain. And then the next thing is, every manager in the managerial hierarchy is both superior and subordinate. Whenever we go with it, he should also consider that he is a superior as well as he is a subordinate, and then he should know what are the objectives and what are the things he should do it. That is, he should know that what he should do it and what he shouldn't do it. That is the objectives of do's and don'ts, right? So these things, if he knows, then it is very, very easy for it. And each and every manager should be self-disciplined, and they should take initiative in doing all the work for the betterment of the organization. Next is matching resources with objectives. Now resources availability is an important aspect. Yes, any resources availability or any resources unavailability, what will happen here is, you need to understand the resources are scarcity, and you should always think about the resources what you have, and then you are supposed to set the objectives. Resources availability is an important aspect of objective setting, because it is a proper application of resources which ensures objective achievement. So there should be matching between objective and resources. Say example, now you have only 5 kgs of your raw materials, and you think of making a finished goods of 25 kgs. Now it will not happen. The objective itself will not be taken. The reason is what? You have only 5 kgs of the raw materials. Now how can you actually make it 20 kgs of finished goods? So that's why you should always see what is that you have, and only those kind of a thing you can actually go with it. The next one here we have is appraisal. Now you are supposed to appreciate and give more motivation to your employees. Appraisal tries to measure whether subordinate is achieving his objectives or not. Appraisal is undertaken as an ongoing process. Now you need to understand that getting things done through others is not a very easy job, or it's not a very easy task. If you want to master the art of getting things done from others, you should also consider something called, there should be a proper appraisal for every employees. Only when you go for that, if the employees are there who are reaching the target, then you will understand that yes, the objective what you people have done can be achieved. It is feasible. Now here, a view to find out deficiencies, that is what happens in the objective, whether the objective is good or bad, you will get to know only through appraisal. Now people who cannot achieve it, that means you should always understand that the management should be flexible. Now you have set a standard and you have made an objective saying that all the employees need to work say 8 hours, 9 hours or 10 hours, whatever you have gone for a calculation. If your employees cannot work and they cannot stand for that kind of settings which you people have done, that means there is a proper deficiencies. Now here what happens in the working, and to remove it promptly in order to attain the objectives of organization, you should always go with appraisal. Next one we have is recycling. Now recycling, what exactly it is? Though appraisal is the last aspect of MBO process, it is used as an input for recycling objectives and other action. Recycling process includes setting of objective at various levels, action planning based on those objectives, and performance review. So every time whenever you go with a recycling, you are supposed to always check that whether the objective has been fulfilled in all the levels of management. If there is a problem in the appraisal, or is there is a problem in any of the things, you will get to know very fast while you go for recycling. And here what they say is each of these three aspect gives base for other. That means the three aspect, in the sense, as we know that appraisal is the last aspect of MBO, recycling will actually give you what objective and other action. Recycling process will also go for setting of objective. So this process goes on continuous basis. That is, you should always check that where you are failing and where you are not. So if you understand where you are failing, you can rectify those mistakes, and the next time when you go for any of the MBO, that is management by objective, then it will be very helpful for you, and it is also, you will get to know what is to be done and what is not to be done. So these are the things which you people need to know, students. The process of MBO is very easy. You need to understand. If you have not understood, you can go back, check the video again. If you have any doubts, you can call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.